So I was gonna say good morning, but it's 12:40 p.m. Definitely slept in a little too late this morning and laid in bed for a really long time after I woke up. I'm really trying to change my sleep schedule lately. I haven't really been going to bed earlier than normal, which is not good. At the very least, I've been trying to force myself to get up early in the morning just so I'm tired enough to go to sleep earlier. But it has not been working. Would not recommend. This is not a waking up early vlog. This is a writing vlog. So we're almost halfway through the month of July, where I've been doing Camp NaNoWriMo. And it's been going not terribly. I haven't been writing every day, but I set my goal super low, just 10,000 words, which is still a lot more than I would ever normally write, so that's still a win for me. So I only have to write about 320 words every day or something like that. So some days I won't write, and then I'll just come back on a day and write 1,000 words, which I feel like is easier for me to do it in chunks like that rather than write a little tiny bit every day, because I feel like I just get going. I don't really want to talk too much about what I'm writing because I don't really know what it is that I'm writing anyways. I've switched perspectives a couple times, from first person to third person. I just really like writing flowery details, but my struggle is writing characters and writing dialogue. I'm not great at it. So I'm trying to remind myself for this first draft, because I always give up on first drafts. I'm trying to remind myself that for this draft, I'm literally laying out basically a guideline for myself to go back and edit it and actually write it in the second edit, or the first edit, I guess, rather than try and make it sound really pretty in the first draft, which is that's a very burdensome task, I feel to just put that much pressure on yourself to make the very first attempt you have at even trying to get to know your story, to make it sound good. I don't even know what the story is, so I feel I can't make myself also make it sound really good. So I kind of just if there's a spot that I want to be really flowery and descriptive, I'm go for it. But if there's a spot where I'm I know basically the beginning and end of the scene, but I don't really care what happens in the middle right now, then I'll kind of just do the bare minimum, she said this and he said this and they did this and that's the end. And so I'll kind of leave it at that, which is not good for trying to write as many words as you can, but it is good for moving on to parts of the story that I enjoy writing and thinking about. So those are kind of my thoughts. I've been trying to journal a little bit more as well, because I feel it puts me a little bit more into a writing state of mind. Sometimes I'll just sit down at my with my story, my NaNoWriMo story, and literally just start writing it. But other days I like to force myself to journal first or free write so that I can kind of get started on a roll rather than force myself into it. It just depends on my mood. I feel with fiction too, I'm getting used to learning how to put myself into a story. I know that people are don't put yourself into your main character too much, because otherwise you'll just end up writing an autobiography. I think personally I need to learn how to put myself in more, because a lot of times when I reread what I've written, it sounds disconnected from human experience, and it doesn't sound real. It doesn't sound like it could happen, or it doesn't sound emotional enough to be believable. Writing is such a weird thing to be into and to have these questions about, because you can't just Google it, because it's so personal and it varies so much from person to person. I don't know, it's just a thing that you have to think about on your own and figure out on your own, which I think is it's very exciting, it's very adventurous. So yeah, all of that to say, I don't know what my story is yet. I don't know where it's going. I mean, I have a very rough idea of some directions it could go, but specifics, I don't have a clue. So yeah. By the way, I'm drinking Earl Grey tea with milk and sugar in it. I've started to like tea with milk a lot more than coffee lately, which is shocking because I love my iced coffee. words in a 10-minute sprint, which is pretty good. I tried to like sit here and be like, okay, let me write some more, but I can really only get in about a half an hour at a time, and then I just lose track of my thoughts. Good morning. It's 7:40 a.m. Success waking up early. I went to bed before 11 p.m. last night, so I'm sure that helped. I actually woke up around 6:30. My sleep calculator said that that would be a full night's sleep if I fell asleep when I did, and woke up at 6:45. So I said, girl, yes, I'm gonna do it. In terms of writing today, my par is 4,100 words, almost 4,200 words. From where I'm at, I need to write about 700 words. I'm definitely gonna do some morning journaling before I do anything else, I think. Probably will journal while I wait on my tea to brew. So I have now written 870 words today, which is quite impressive given that I just started writing 38 minutes ago. I did a sprint for about 10 minutes, and then I did another sprint for 20 minutes. I reached today's goal and went a little bit over also. I get into these weird scenes where I'm just writing like super tedious, like ordinary scenes. And I don't know why I get stuck in these. I just like happen upon them, and then it turns very like this happened, then this happened, then this happened, and there's no emotion behind it or like point to the scene basically. Look what we got today. I haven't had an iced coffee morning in a long time, but today is the day. So for today's writing session, I have about 500-ish words to write for today. I did not write at all yesterday, so I have yesterday's and today's words to write, which is fine. That's how I've been doing it lately anyways. I started rereading The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, which is one of my favorite books of all time. I love reading her books because I always get an inspirational like push to step out of my comfort zone and write something weird into mine. I'm gonna go ahead and start writing. Well, I only spent 15 minutes doing a little word sprint, but I managed to get 441 words written, and I'm like 20 words behind par for today. I only really got more description in. What I should do is keep writing. What I want to do is read. I'm the worst writer because I can only write for like 20 minutes a day. This is gonna be my last day in the writing vlog. It's Tuesday, the 17th. Today's the day that I'm going to cross over the middle point of my word count goal, of my total word count goal, and cross over into more than 50% done. I'll be over halfway done. I still feel like I haven't really gotten to know my story that well, so that really bothers me a little bit if I think too much about it. So, it's actually now probably 5 hours since I last spoke to you. I didn't do any writing until just now because I procrastinated and I did other stuff. I just did about 20 minutes of sprinting and I really got on a roll actually. I introduced a new character, which is really nerve-wracking and always makes me freak out a little bit, and I feel kind of pressured to write it a certain way. I hit the 5,000 word mark. I hit my 50% complete mark. So there we go, that's today. So not only did I hit the 5,000 word mark, but I just went over par for today. Writing vlogs are really awkward because I don't know like when to end them, like when to finish them. Also, I only have 6 minutes left on my card. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's definitely the first of any writing vlog that I've ever done. It's kind of interesting vlogging it because you can't like talk while you're writing, so you just have to film lots of time lapses and cross your fingers that you can edit it into something. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did enjoy it, and also like the video if you did enjoy it. That's a pretty obvious way to let me know. Let me know also if you're doing Camp NaNoWriMo by any chance. Let me know how your writing process is going. I would really like to know. So yeah, all of my social media links are in the description as usual, and I will see you next time. Okay, cool. I will see you later. Bye.